Two, 2 for 1. Today is going to be a double review. It's going to be Dumbo from the 40s and Dumbo from the 2019s. First, I'll start off with the new one. Dumbo 2019 suffers from too much story, too much adding, suffers from having its agenda in it. The worst part of the film is the children, the little girl in particular. Not because she's intelligent or smart or all that crap. It's because her acting was just poor. And I've seen movies this year with good child actors. It's like The Kid Will Be King. Those 4 kids did phenomenal. Well, 5, counting the one that played Merlin. So there is no excuse. There are good child actors out there. They just picked a bad one. And she cut her scenes are unwatchable. It's like if I was going to cut this movie to make a better version of it, deaf mute. They added in a steampunk version for some God knows reason. Spoiler alert. But at the end, Colin Farrell gets a robot arm. The insults to Walt were obvious. You could see them with him supposed to be the guy that Michael Keaton played, even though from everybody I know personally that has actually met Walt and helped build Disneyland and everything in Disney World, yeah, he wasn't the way all you morons say he was. And I'm going to take the word over people that I personally know than people who just could be lying for all I know. And the whole dumb aspect about releasing him at the end of the movie, and we don't put any animals in cages. Yeah, his zoo was failing before, now with no animals whatsoever, except for some mice. Medici's bankrupt by 1920. Because 1919 when the movie starts, 1920 he's bankrupt, in prison somewhere, debtor's prison. Because no one was going there for his people. Now that he's gotten rid of all his animals, because we don't put animals in cages, no one's going to go there. His show is the little girl's one science experiment, and that is showing them a movie. Yeah. It's one of those ones that's just over and over and over again. Yeah, unless he sticks to like the backwoods areas, he ain't getting anything. He's failing. And Dumbo, as a male, he's not going to last long in the wild, especially back in the 1900s, the early 1900s, because it was go to India and shoot the elephants for sport. Massive amount of they were going there and killing them just so they could take the tusks to make pianos. The dumbest thing possible you could have done back then is release the elephants into the wild. Especially when you showed that Colin Farrell, as a animal caregiver or trainer, is what you want to call it, never beat the animals. The guy who was killed by the elephant beat them. So obviously they showed that not all trainers are evil, but yet you have to take all the animals away from their trainers. So yeah, a little too long, a little too much agenda in it. I personally give it a C. I'd buy it just because Dumbo was my mother's favorite film. And this is the remake of it, just to have it sit next to it on the shelf. I don't think I'd ever watch it unless I was going to cut it myself, like I said. And I'd cut it to make it shorter, make it a little more like the cartoon. But I don't think it'd be worth it just to do all that. Now let's actually go to the cartoon or the better film. Dumbo, the animated classic, which is an animated classic, has survived for years for a reason. The message of the film goes over every liberal nut job's head. Every single one of them, they don't get the message. It's like they don't pay attention to these damn films. It's like Keira Knightley was bitching that So Snow White taught you to take food from strangers. No, it didn't. It taught you don't take food from strangers. And this one, like always bitching about Jim and the crows about how they're racist. Yeah, the crows may have a southern accent, but who uses psychology to get Dumbo to fly? It's not Timothy. Timothy thinks there's no way Dumbo could have flown. Then, oh wait, maybe, and Jim brings it up as a good joke. Oh, maybe he flew up. Oh, maybe he did. And then, okay, if he actually did fly up, what's the child gonna believe in more? Magic or himself? The child's gonna believe in magic. So Jim gave him a feather. So Jim, the dumb racist crow, used psychology and was ended up being one of the smartest characters of the whole movie. And he's the one that was the world traveler because you ever seen Elephant Fly? The whole song is about how much he knows, how much he's seen in his life, and how much his friends have seen in their lives. So obviously they're not the racist stereotypes that the morons think. But then again, when you see racism everywhere, you're the racist, and not everything else is. And then I saw an article where these morons were bitching about how Timothy was a horrible person because he got Dumbo drunk. Tim got just as drunk as Dumbo did. He thought it was water. The clowns were drunk, have your kids watch it, and then hey, when they're done watching it, see, you don't drink alcohol. That could happen to you. You can get blind drunk and end up somewhere you don't know where the hell you are. The clowns got so drunk that they just dropped their bottles places and fell into the animals' water. The animation for the film was beautifully done, just like all the Disney Golden Age movies. If you're not a moron, I would suggest watching it. But like all the Disney cartoons, at least that belong in the classic lines. If you're a moron and you believe all that crap that's been on the news and that, and you see racism everywhere, the messages of these films that were made for 5-year-olds are going to go right over your head because it's right there in front of your face. You're just too stupid to figure it out. And I don't care if you're offended by that. That's the truth. These cartoons were made for children. Children have understood these cartoons for years. And yet, you, a grown-ass adult, are too stupid to figure it out. To go back to the 2019 one, it was pretty funny, and the thing about the future is the woman, the mother of the family, was wearing a pantsuit and talking on the headset, and the father of the family, who was missing his arm, was in a dress, but the little boy was in pants still. So was it they were supposed to switch? So we were supposed to switch clothes in the future, or were we not? Or was it just like anybody can wear whatever they want? The message kind of get mixed there. But God, the dress they made the guy wear, dark stripes. I mean, if you're gonna wear a dress, at least wear a pretty one. At least for one that looks nice. That's not really part of the film. That's more of a thing about the costume people and the people that put that set together. And on a more personal message to Woke Randolph, saying that people won't go see a movie because they don't have a certain race in them, that's racist. Saying that black people won't go watch a movie because there are no black, that they're not, the cast ain't all black, that's racist. And I used to have a lot of respect for Grace Randolph. She used to be my favorite YouTuber. But over the last couple things of her coverage of Captain Marvel and saying how True Lies was toxic, when in reality Captain Marvel is more toxic than True Lies. When True Lies was about about inclusivity, strong women, strong men, just as bad as each other. You can watch that video if you want on my channel. And now this one, I'm getting really close to unsubscribing to that lady because I can get her same thing because the Geeks and Gamer people literally copied her formula with movie math with that Odin guy. I mean, yeah, Odin's a little annoying, but hey, he's no more as annoying as I am. So yeah, this movie's a C. That movie's a B. Watch it when it's on Disney Channel, or if you get Disney Plus for watch Clone Wars and that. Don't waste your time going to theaters. And don't believe the leftist critics about how horrible, about a dumb movie the message is. It's like, these morons were going off about how the movie is a horrible message about elephants. They released the freaking things at the end. Isn't that what they wanted? It's like they wanted SeaWorld to put their killer whales out in the wild, and these dumb things, you release them after being born in captivity, because SeaWorld has not captured a whale and kept it in captivity since the 70s. And you release an animal that's been hand-fed for years by humans. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to go up to the boat and say, hey, where's my food? And whalers are going to kill them. That is not a way to save the animals. That is a way to kill the animals. But then again, these are from the same people, the PETA people, that yesterday on the news, CNN, ABC, MSNBC, everybody, were covering that they were killing cats, grinding them up, and serving them to other cats. So, who's more of an animal lover? The guy who takes care of 2 cats and gives them everything they ever wanted, or the people who have killed 5,000 cats a week, or actually I think it's probably a year or something, whatever it was, it's some kind of high ass number, and feed them to other cats. So, have a good one. How you thought the movie below? Did you like the original one? Did you like the remake? This is definitely the worst of the Disney remakes of the 3 they've done. Because Maleficent's not really a remake, because it kind of just went off the book of Sleeping Beauty. If that's a remake, you'd have to count Snow White and the Huntsman as a remake, even though Disney didn't make it. Because, hey, it's close enough. They got the characters in it. So, of the ones Disney has done, Cinderella, Jungle Book, Dumbo, I'd put it Jungle Book, Cinderella, then Dumbo. And then when Aladdin and Lion King come out, it'll probably drop even further. Although, I've noticed something. What is with people making musicals and not putting the freaking music in it? I mean, I get these elephants didn't talk like the cartoon, but if you're going to make an elephant fly, I'm going to make them talk. I mean, have them talk to each other like when the humans aren't around, maybe. Or have Baby of Mine playing when Mrs. Jumbo's with Baby Dumbo. And she's Mrs. Jumbo because there was a Jumbo who was at the circus. But that's besides the point. And, like, I know Jungle Book kept 2 of the songs, and they were, like, really poorly done because, well, Christopher Walken can't sing. It's like, I like that on Aladdin, you got a whole new world, and they actually pick people who can actually sing, or having people dub over them. Because if you make a musical, the story's 50%, the music's the other 50%. If you cut the music out, you're cutting out 50% of the damn movie. Have a good one.